because when we get into complex, we mean upgrades and updates. So you think, okay, well, once I move from GP, I don't need to deal with upgrades anymore. No. Matter of fact, you will be upgrading in some cases more often, right? And you may or may not have control. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you got to be aware of how it works. So Acumatica, Business Central, and NetSuite all have 2 major releases per year, right? You need to know what your options for testing are. How much time do you have to test? So it's different based on the different platforms and how much time you have from the time they release that. Microsoft calls Business Central's waves because they release them in waves across the country. So that way they don't upgrade everybody all at the same time. They do it in waves. And those waves have lots of features and functionality. And it's important because if, let's say you were on Business Central 2023 R2, and now you get upgraded to 24 R1 and you were using their jobs module. They renamed everything from jobs to projects and changed some of the functionality in there. So you really need to be on top of, what's changing. And so the way to do that is, again, you want to be able to schedule, when Microsoft would come out with a planned release for that wave, when it becomes available, you can schedule to get that available to you. And in Acumatica's case, it is similar, but you would work through a partner like us, where we would be. So if you're in the always current program with Acumatica, they're going to be applying updates monthly. And so they will not put you on the latest version. So Acumatica released 24R1 in April. And to date, they have not updated any of our always current customers to 24R1. That's slated for August. Again, that gives the customers plenty of time if they want to schedule a test, a sandbox, to be able to testing functionality and looking at new features, right? They can do that. It'll give them a free 90-day sandbox, for that particular client. So again, always current program. There'll be automatic updates via cloud, major, minors, but you're notified 120 days prior. So you really can manage that process. Again, those sandbox do not count against your storage space. So keeping in mind storage space. The always current has an option to only one upgrade instead of 2. So if you only want to do 1 major release per year instead of 2, that is available. And then for larger Acumatica clients, there is the Flex program. The Flex program, basically, it's included with some licensing, depending on the size of the license. Again, it's usually the size of the company, the number of transactions that they're doing on a monthly basis. Where this comes into play is we have full control now. So you're basically, as long as you have upgraded once within 18 months, you are covered and you're still under Acumatica support, right? So when it comes to support for issues, we no longer have access to the database, right? So GP, we have a stuck bash, common thing, right? We can go in a SQL, we can clear that bash. We don't have stuck bashes in Acumatica, but if you did run into a particular type of issue, we would submit that to Acumatica, and Acumatica support would take care of it in their cloud to resolve whatever issue that was. But in the case of Flex program, again, we've got up to 18 months, so we're only looking to upgrade every 18 months, and you get that free 90-day sandbox in either scenario. So that way you can test out that functionality. Typically today, if a customer has a lot of customizations, then they are typically not going to, we're truly customizing the logic of Acumatica, then they're typically not going to be on the always current. They're going to be on the Flex program, which is going to give ability to them to test effectively on any customizations, whether we've developed them, whether they've developed them. Again, having that ability to have that control of that complete upgrade cycle is important. Again, upgrades don't go away, they just become different. Again, if you have a lot of ISV solutions, again, you're more inclined to be on the Flex program. There are ISVs in Acumatica's marketplace that are certified as always current, which means that when the new release of Acumatica comes out, they're certifying that their code is available for that new release. It is a little confusing, so if you have questions, please chime in. ERP upgrades with Business Central. Again, major updates are twice per year, 2 waves. The release notes are available 90 days before the wave comes out. 30 days before that release, you can create a sandbox as a test review. That is not your data, that's just a test review. Once the upgrade window is announced, you can push it out up to 60 days before they'll automatically upgrade you. So you got a total of 60 days from the time they release it, and you have to go on and manage that, right? So when they say it's available, you have basically 7 days to request when you want to have that upgrade happen. And then within that time cycle, you have to be able to then hopefully request a sandbox if you need it, which will be then your data. They'll try that upgrade. Again, all the upgrade costs are included with either solution. So you're not paying any services, really. It's more time and consideration on, okay, what needs to be tested, what new features, what's changed. And again, both of these solutions, they're cloud solutions. They're not like GP where we're kind of used to very small features. Both of these are, like I said, they're both good amount of new features every release, major release. So you do got to be cognizant of the fact that testing and upgrading to get all the benefit of what you're paying for is to be able to manage that upgrade cycle. NetSuite is similar, twice per year. They'll notify when you're assigned an update. You can request a new update in time. Again, you can request a preview, ready for a few weeks, but at the end of the day, NetSuite is going to just upgrade you. So when you're talking about customizations, you gotta be very careful because it's on you if you're customizing, right? So it's just a different environment altogether than what you're used to with GP. Again, recap: new features are great. You just need to know the risks and plan for it accordingly.